Welcome, radio listeners, to What Class Is This? Your host, your teacher, Mr. Woe, talking to you from Radio TCS Channel 115. Good morning, geometry. Today we get to start a new chapter. Chapter 13 deals with trigonometry. Again, trigonometry is just what we're going to do is we're going to study the angle measure of triangles. We'll be able to find angle measures. We'll be able to find lengths of each side using nothing more than trig. All right, the first thing we'll do is we'll look at section 13-1. And I think you'll really like this section. This section is really not that difficult. Majority of the time we're going to be using the calculator, so that will be a great help to you guys. So, section 13-1. Tangent ratio. So the essential question for today is, how do you find the tangent ratio for an acute angle? Now again, the key words here are ratio. Okay, and you're all familiar with ratio. Ratio is just a fancy way of saying a fractional representation. Now, when you see the word tangent, again, this has nothing to do with vertical lines or anything like that. It's a little bit, it's just a play on words, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is, again, if you would like, pause the video and do the explore. But I've already worked it out, okay? So down below, we have, this is a right triangle. Again, we know it's a right triangle because we identified it as a right triangle. We know the side opposite the right triangle is called the hypotenuse. The angles, again, it depends on what you want to deal with here. If we're dealing with angle A, no matter what, this is still the hypotenuse. But the side that's connected to angle A, that's the adjacent side. And the side that is opposite of angle A, that's the opposite side. Okay, I think you can figure that out. B, again, this would be the adjacent side to angle B. Once again, this is always the hypotenuse. That will never change, okay? Then the side opposite B, this will be the side opposite of B. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up because it has a big significance when we get into the formulas or when we get into working problems out. All right, the first thing they ask you to do is take the triangles or the triangle and just measure the sides of mostly in this case, we're focusing on angle D. So all we need to do is take a moment and measure the angle opposite of D and measure the side opposite of D and measure the adjacent side of D. Now again, using what the book has, once again, you're going to have something different. This is being done in centimeters. You can do this in inches. You can do this in millimeters. It doesn't matter. You'll still get the same answer. So letter B. What is the ratio of the opposite leg length to the adjacent leg length? And round to the nearest hundredths. So all you got to do is EF. That's your opposite side of angle D. DF is the adjacent side to angle D. So 2.5 divided by 3.1 approximately equals 0.81. Now, you need to be very careful in the directions. So you have to do everything on it, everything, okay? So again, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing in here, okay? This right here, it's very simple and very straightforward. So let's get right into it, okay? Again, a couple areas that I crossed out. Not important. But explain 1 goes into how to find the tangent of an angle. Now, when they say finding the tangent of an angle, that means we are trying to find the tangent of some angle. That right there is tangent. Okay? So I have highlighted in blue something important. The ratio you calculated in Explore section is called the tangent of an angle. The tangent of an acute angle, A, can be written as the tangent of angle A and is defined as follows. Now you can also do the tangent of angle B. It does not matter. You just have to be very careful when we do examples, okay? So here it is. The tangent of the angle we're dealing with, in this case the tangent of angle A, equals the ratio of the length of the leg opposite angle A and divided by the length of the leg adjacent to angle A. Now, later on, you can probably create a little bit of a shortcut way of remembering this. And I'm going to use it right now just so you can see it. So if you want to find the tangent of any angle, tangent is always the opposite divided by the adjacent. TOA. Tangent is always the opposite divided by the adjacent. So a quick shortcut way of remembering tangent, it's tangent is opposite over adjacent, or TOA. We'll go into more details later, okay? So an example 1 is really simple. Down below here, in example 1, we want to find the tangent of each specified angle. Write each ratio as a fraction and as a decimal rounded to the nearest hundredth. Here is our triangle, ABC. Once again, we know it's a right triangle. As always, the side opposite the right angle is always the hypotenuse. All right, so the first things first, we want to find the tangent of A, so we focus on A. So again, TOA, tangent of A is the opposite side, which is 18, divided by the adjacent side. So we got 18 divided by 24. You're more than welcome to use your calculator and then write it as a decimal. All right, later on, your directions may have something different, so just pay attention. All right, so we want to find the tangent of angle B. Again, still using TOA. Tangent of angle B is the opposite side of angle B divided by the adjacent side. So 24 divided by 18 gives us 4/3 after we simplify this fraction. Using your calculator, 1.33. All right, I think you guys are going to enjoy this. It's really not a difficult one. It's really this guy right here, TOA. Tangent of any angle equals the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. I think you'll have absolutely no problem in this section. All right, let's go to the next page. All right, let's see. Did the year turn tangent, we want to find the tangent of angle Q. So the tangent of angle Q equals the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. Okay. Tangent of angle R, once again, is the opposite side divided by the adjacent. Then you can do, moving on to explain 2, you can also do examples. Again, going back, probably the most used rule, especially in the area of physics, is TOA. You'll get so used to that one it'll just come out real easy on you. Okay. All right. So I'll let you look at B. Yeah. And I will work out the next one. Okay. All right, pause, work it out. But let's go down and do the year turn. We have a ladder that needs to reach the second floor of a window. So I made a picture of a building. Here's the second floor window. So a ladder needs to reach the second story floor, which is 10 feet above the ground. So the window is 10 feet above the ground. And make an angle of the ground of 70 degrees. So they made an angle, this ladder is going to make an angle of 70 degrees. How far out from the building does the base of the ladder need to be positioned? Well, again, we're trying to find this angle right here. So we have to use the tangent the opposite side over the adjacent side. So tangent of 70 degrees equals the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. And there's the setup. We're solving for x, so we're going to cross multiply. And I thought right now would be a good time to show you how to do this by your calculator. So again, it's very simple. You go 10 divided by, find the button that says TAN, tan of 70 degrees. Hit enter. And you get 3.639. Again, it does not matter if you round it to the nearest hundredth, or excuse me, the nearest tenth or the nearest hundredth. It doesn't matter. Again, just rough guesstimate. Now, I also need to bring something else to your attention involving the calculator, okay? If you work this problem out right now and you don't have this number right here, there's probably one thing wrong, okay? Again, if you look at your calculator at the top of the screen, hopefully you can see this in my thing. You probably should see this word degree, okay? If you do not see the word degree, that means that's why you got a different answer than what was on the your turn. So if you happen to have the word here degree, we've got to fix that. So what you got to do is go to mode. And with mode, you need to move your cursor down to where it says radian or degree. And you need to make sure your calculator has degree is highlighted. Well, mine's highlighted, so I don't have to worry about that. But if your calculator has the radian highlighted, that means your answer is going to be based upon radians. That means it involves pi. But what we want to do is we want to keep it in degrees. So if you have a different answer than this, go back and check your calculator and make sure it's in degrees. Okay? All right, let's see. Do we need to go do some other examples? I think so. All right, now the next one, rather interesting. I'll let you guys I'll keep example 3 up here. But what we're going to do now is we're going to find the measure of the angle based upon given information. So we'll do the your turn. We want to find the measure of angle J. So I want to find out what this angle is here. So still using TOA. So the tangent of an angle equals the opposite divide the adjacent. So here, setting it up, so we need to find the tangent of angle J equals the opposite divided by the adjacent. You all with me? So what we're trying to do is find out what this angle is. Now this symbol right here is just a Greek letter. Don't worry about it. It's theta. So in other words, we're trying to find the tangent of theta, what it is. So in other words, we're trying to find this angle. So to do this problem, to find angle J, we got to get rid of the tangent here. And in a sense, you're really going to divide both sides by tangent, but when you divide both sides by tangent, you get this guy right here. This is called the inverse tangent. All right? Now, to figure out your answer, it's really simple using your calculator. Let me clear this. You see the blue button right here? See it says inverse tangent right there? So you go second tangent, and it gives you that inverse tangent. Then you type in 46 divided by 93, close it up with the parentheses, and hit enter. Rounded it to the nearest hundredth, and we see that this angle right here is 26.32 degrees. That is what this section's all about. I don't think I have any more examples to show you. Nope. So again, we did 2 things here today. One, we tried to find the length, try to find the tangent of something, but this part right here is relatively new to you guys. So go ahead and you need to pause the video and go back, do it again, but that's what we're doing in this section. All right, guys, that is section 13-1, tangent ratio. How to find the tangent ratio of an acute angle. Again, I think it's going to be relatively easy. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a good day. Catch you later.